Mr. Craig Preston.
Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me? I'm Craig. This is a short story I've been working on, freshly minted. It was no act, despite her mother's hinting. She could feel the weight of it. Mary's outstretched hand passed communion-like tablets in daily ritual, the transubstantiation of compassion into matter, capital. On her side of the glass, the air was well-conditioned, cold. It was stale, recirculated like the patients she once considered. Mary efficiently counted and scored pills. She drew liquid varieties neatly into syringes for the immediately desperate. Aside from the near bulletproof glass partition's quaint demarcation, what accounted for the difference between her and them? She knew. For now, anyway, in her hand were the keys, as coveted as any holy grail. You can't just quit. Jesus, Mother, it's not the army. I haven't been conscripted. Mary, what will you do for money? The student loans. I can always find another job. Psychiatric nurses are in demand. That's what you said last time. Good night, Mother. Don't you care about anything anymore, Mary? WWJD. Mary, WWJD. Goodbye. Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. I hate every last drop of these pill-popping motherfuckers. What's that, Lord? I take them too. I am a hypocrite, but I am here. You got off easy, carked on a cross, and just to get away from that Magdalene broad, died for my sins, my ass. I'm stuck here among these, the living. Mary mouthed the words, this mantra, warm blood, mapped cold thighs. She felt herself morphing into one of them, fraying like the other she was ordained to help. Her status among the sane, revoking with each random cut, drink of my blood, do this in remembrance of me, cut. Mary stiffened when they, the sick, approached. Can I have some Ativan, an Ambien, a snack, some ice cream, the remote control? They whined, one after the other, as if on a conveyor belt of the desperate, lonely, and damaged, programmed to hunt for the quick fix. The routine morning bombardment had begun with its usual ferocity, a chasm vomiting, give me, give me, give me, against which Mary felt the beginnings of a wall, where once was softness was a hardening. I feel some anxiety, Mary asked mechanically. How about some deep breathing? In for 4, out for 6. Try it. That Buddhist shit never works. Whatever you're going to do to us, do it. Angie, the patient, hissed. Well, it'll never work with that kind of attitude. My doctor's a total cunt. He says I have to reduce my cholesterol. He says no more bacon, Angie replied. Mary placed her index finger on the scanner, entered her code, and out popped drugs, Huxley-like. I'll see that you get all the bacon your little heart desires. Now go finish your breakfast. Mary, you want to hear a joke? Cindy asked, crumbs falling from her mouth as she ate a dry pancake she'd stolen from a breakfast tray. I'm always up for a good joke, Mary said, bracing herself. What's the only thing Marilyn Monroe was ever early for? I have no idea. Her death, Cindy screeched, partially chewed bits of pancake spraying from her mouth. Christ, Cindy, that's horrible. My boyfriend told me that joke. He called me yesterday after group. That's nice, Mary offered, the way a starving, entrenched soldier might share his last morsel of bread. It was expected in this universe, this domain of the scarred, that those in power would at least feign concern. What she found endearing and rebellious about them, the Cindys and Angies, now seemed pathetic, encroaching. I don't know how you do it, Mary, working all these fucked up wackos day after day, said Sandy, a day shift janitor. I'd go out of my mind. I'd end up right here with them. Mary knew that the so-called system was broken, but remained a well-oiled machine, stamping out folks who were convinced that happiness is something out there, to be fought for, earned, something based on looks, achievements, and possessions. She fought that very impulse herself. What choice do we have? Mary whispered, looking the janitor up and down. Don't worry about me, Sandy. I found a loophole, an escape hatch. After her shift, Mary returned to her apartment. She piled her old books, but her pills would not stack. The clothing she put in bags labeled donate. She loved this time of year, spring cleaning. By Sunday evening, the New York Times would remain unfurled in its blue plastic bag. The gouache and recently purchased watercolor paper would stay safely tucked away. But by Sunday's end, that goddamn bathroom would be as clean as a whistle. Maybe she would even pull the stove away from the wall this year, tackling the grease and food that accumulate in a well-loved kitchen. She would not move the stove this year. Murray cleaned the fishbowl instead. One by one, she flushed them, bright orange dots blurred in a clockwise swirl. As she scrubbed, she remembered something she had forgotten. There was a knock at the door, but she could not answer. Mary's was a bright and shining morning. It had been raining for a long time. Thank you.
AC Lovering, and I appreciate you. And the itsy bitsy spider comes up the water spout, and down comes the rain. Wash that spider out. Now comes the sun, and go wash up all the rain. That itsy bitsy spider comes up the spout again. Singing ashes, ashes, we all fall. Singing ashes, ashes, we all fall. Singing ashes, ashes, we all fall. Falling down. Miss Muffet, she don't sit on the top, eating her curds and whey. And down Kansas Spider that sit down beside him, scare Miss Muffet away. Singing ashes, ashes, all fall. Singing ashes, ashes, all fall. Singing ashes, ashes, and all fall. Laying down, call myself. Never made no sense to me, and all I know is I need time, time to breathe. Jack and Jill went up that hill, get your pail of water. Heck, and that shit came out, I forgot that part. They all come tumbling after. That was just a fun one we used to play back in the day. Actually, this is my little cousin right here. We grew up together, and it was just a fun one. And we saw the opportunity with such a beautiful stage and such an amazing crowd to play one that we used to play when we were kids and stuff, and just mess around. So I appreciate you guys all for tolerating that part. Thank you again. Taking all diamonds and turning them back into coal. Rings on your fingers, baby, don't mean nothing no more. up like marionette. Pull my strings, see what happens next. I'll be hanging around until you're gone. I'll be hanging around until you're gone. Cut me down, hide my shame. Cover me up before the cops come in. I don't want nobody seeing what I've done. I don't want no one seeing what I've become. Silently strong in your sedition, while your stairs cooking in the kitchen. What's my baby? She cooking for supper now. What's my baby? She cooking for supper now. Banks of the river, they're wide and clear. Thorough face, a single tear. Oh, won't you cry? What a good Lord, he called me home. No sense crying, why the heavens, they call me home. Take me down, best draw me there. No, take me down, best draw me there. I know I am. I know I am. Yeah. Oh. Shit, for a second I thought I was in the crowd.